Hey guys, it's Miss Reed. Today is Thursday, June 11th, and today we are doing Treasure Island Lesson 10. The chapter is called Shiver Me Timbers, so if you ever wondered where that phrase came from before, it comes from this. So today you're going to read the next chapter, answer questions about vocabulary. We're also going to review old morphology, so old prefixes. We're also going to review old things about commas. So it's nothing new, it's all old stuff. When you're doing your Google form, it's going to ask you to figure out which sentence is written correctly with either commas, quotation marks, or I think that's it actually. Alright, so chapter vocabulary today, there's only 5. The first one is lash. It means to tie something down with a rope or a cord. 2 is pretext. It's a pretend reason given to hide one's true reason for doing something. It's basically like when you lie to say you're doing something for one reason, but you're really not, you're doing it for another reason. 3 is treachery. It's a betrayal, an act of hurting someone who trusts you. So when you stab somebody in the back, basically, you're committing treachery. 4 is unison. It means in agreement or the same way at the same time. So if I say we're walking in unison, you and I are walking the exact same way at the exact same time, or we're singing in unison, we're singing the exact same thing at the exact same time. And the last one is to write something, meaning to write it, not like it's right, but to write something means to correct something, so to make something right, or to put something in an upright position. So these are your vocabulary words for today. Again, you're going to read chapter 7, Shiver Me Timbers. I always have to laugh when I say that. You can click this link to follow along with the audio recording. It's also attached to the Google Classroom. Reviewing the prefixes you're going to work with today are the prefixes in and im. Remember, when they're added to a root word, they both mean not. Im is only used when the root word begins with M, P, or B. In is typically used any other time. Again, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot that we're going to do the roots port and bio. So whenever you see port in a word, it means to carry. Whenever you see bio in a word, it means life. So these are different examples of words that have the root port and the words that have bio. Alright, grammar review, we've done this like a bajillion times, so I'm not going to like spend my time going over it again because I know you've heard me read this like at least 5 times by now. So you're probably sick of it as much as I am. But remember, comma's in a date. Comma comes between the day and the year. You have 2 examples on here. Commas in a city and a state. Remember, the comma always goes in between the city and the state. So in this instance, between the city Brooklyn and the state New York. Even if it is abbreviated, like New York is abbreviated NY, you're still going to put a comma in between. So instead of saying Manhattan, well, this is kind of confusing. I guess I could use a different example. New York is considered Manhattan. So New York, comma, New York is the state. So New York City, New York State. All right. And commas in a series. Remember, this is the one that a lot of people get tricked on. When we're listing items in a series, everything gets a comma except for the last item after it. So if you look at the example, the British tag books, comma, stamps, comma, magazines, comma, and newspapers. The only thing that doesn't have a comma after it is the newspapers, but everything comes before it. Again, commas and quotation marks. We've been through this multiple times before. I know you don't want to hear me listen. I know you don't want to listen to me say this over and over again. You've heard me say it 1,000 times. You're just going to have to look at sentences on the Google form and determine which sentence is actually using the commas and quotation marks correctly. So you can read through this, and then you can complete your Google Doc. Google Doc is on prefixes and root words. It's pretty simple. You're just writing the word on the line. And Google Form is chapter vocab, comma review, comma quotation mark review. All right, do your best. Make sure you do both. If you send me a blank document, it will just keep coming back to you until you finish it, which is both annoying for you and for me because we have to keep sending stuff back and forth to each other. So just do it and do it right the first time so we don't have to go through that song and dance. I'll see you tomorrow.